Keşke bir İsviçre çakısı gibi yanımıza taşıdığımız cennet ve cehennemleri. Keşke atasözleri ve görsel efektler sayesinde şefkate benzettiğimiz kötülüğümüzü. Keşke güzel fikirleri saran ataleti deterjanlı suya bastırarak. Keşke anlamsızlığın kendisine bir tıraş bıçağıyla. Keşke. My name is Efe DUYAN. I'm from Istanbul, Turkey. I'm a poet and I'm also a historian of architecture. Well, the best thing is that you are never short of topics. You have always a complicated event to write about. You can come across a very difficult situation every day. You can experience a tragedy very often, which is good for a writer. I always have material writer on me, and I also like to be in that chaos. So, and the best thing, um, that was the best thing for me. And the worst thing is that I think that this beautiful country of mine, it deserves a better system for all of us. The dogs and cats living on the streets, having a glass of raki on Bosphorus, the kindness, hospitality, and the architecture. When I write, I don't only write, I always feel I also design a poem. Um, I think a lot about forms, I think a lot about structures, and it had a real stamp on my writing. The most pleasant aspect is that I feel 100% free. I feel confident. Um, I feel without any boundaries when I write. It's like flying. And the most difficult part is that afterwards you have to go through all those things that I have written and face with the fact that they are not always that good that I imagined when I was writing. Oh yes, absolutely. The most important public duty of a writer um, is that he writes what he needs to write, just to be himself, just to be creative. That's the public duty of a writer. Um, I like to think about this very old discussion of is art for art's sake or is art for society's sake, and I like to reverse this question, and I want to put it this way: maybe it is a society who should be for art's sake. So I like to reverse the roles. So for me, art is in the center of the world, and it is this ultimate space of freedom, and the society, it is much better for the society if it decides to support it. So, and the best form would be that people, to find a way that people really cares about it. It's not about technical arrangements, it's about caring and understanding why art really matters. So Nazım Hikmet's work is and his life is entangled in Turkish history, and it's so natural, so lyrical, but also very strong and poetical. So I like this combination in his work, and his work Stroh Blonde is a bit different than his writings. It is a bit surreal. It's a surreal poem, a surrealist poem in a way, which is very different than his realist writing. And he wrote this in his late 50s. So I like the way that he was still trying to reinvent himself after even being a famous poet and trying to find new ways to express himself. So I think that's his best poem. Uh, I was working on my old poems, which was a very difficult task, both technically and emotionally. Every poem I have written has at least 10, 15 versions, and they are all in different files and folders. So it was really difficult to put everything together, the poems that I didn't include into my collections. It was also difficult to try to shape them again without touching too much, without changing their own original nature. And it was also emotionally difficult to go back to things that I've written 10 years, 15 years ago. But I think I managed to put everything together. It's been yeah, calm and creative atmosphere for me to do all this. I mean, I had this in mind for years, but now I managed to do it. And in the last few weeks, I'm I'm just writing new stuff. I'm experimenting and yeah, trying to be um, free and enjoy enjoy this last weeks here. I think Iowa City was really inspiring. My time here was very productive, and I think it's mainly because of the people. The people I met here, people living here, the people working for the program, and fellow writers. So I think what makes this city, or any city, so special is the people who are living in.